All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to break down one of the simplest yet most powerful ways to secure your cryptocurrency. It's super low tech, but it's incredibly effective, and it's called a paper wallet.
But first, let's start with a question every single crypto owner has to ask themselves. How safe are your digital assets, really? I mean, if they live online, are they truly 100% secure? Here's the thing. Keeping your crypto connected to the internet, even in what you think is a secure wallet, exposes it to this constant, invisible world of risk. And that is the number one problem that any serious holder needs to figure out how to solve. And what do these dangers actually look like? Well, we're talking about the usual suspects: direct hacking attempts, all sorts of online attacks, and malicious software. Malware that can get on your computer and just quietly search for your private keys. The bottom line is, if your wallet is connected to the internet, it's basically a permanent open target. So, what's the answer? To fight online threats, you need an offline solution. The whole concept is called cold storage, and it's all about taking your cryptocurrency completely off the grid, far, far away from all those digital dangers. And this is where you really see the big trade-off. On the one hand, you've got online or hot storage. It's super convenient for day-to-day trading and spending, but it's always going to be vulnerable. On the other hand, you have offline or cold storage. That's your fortress. It's built for maximum security and for holding onto your assets for the long term. Which brings us to the star of our show today, the paper wallet. It's one of the original and, honestly, most straightforward forms of cold storage. I mean, we are literally talking about printing your most important crypto information, your public and private keys, onto a physical piece of paper. You're taking it completely offline. So, what's actually on this piece of paper? It's way simpler than you might think. It really just boils down to two critical components that have to work together. And here they are. First up, you have the public address. The easiest way to think about this is like your bank account number. It's how people send crypto to you, so you can share it with anyone, no problem. But then you have the private key. This is the magic key. This is your secret PIN, the key to your vault. It gives you, and only you, the power to access and spend your funds. This one must be kept absolutely secret. And a lot of the time, you'll see that private key is also printed as a QR code. Now, that's not just for decoration. It actually makes it much, much easier and way more accurate to import the key into a digital wallet later on when you finally decide you want to move or spend your crypto. Okay, so how does all this work in practice? Let's walk through the entire life cycle, from the moment you create the wallet to the day you eventually spend the crypto you've stored on it. It's basically a four-step process. First, and this is absolutely critical, you use a trusted key generator on a computer that is completely disconnected from the internet to create your keys. Second, you print them out. Third, you can now fund the wallet by sending crypto to that new public address you just made. And finally, whenever you're ready to spend, you import the private key back into an online hot wallet. So here's the most important takeaway from all of this. That piece of paper itself is just a vault. It holds the key. To actually use what's inside, you have to take that key and bring it back into the digital world. The act of spending forces you to move from cold storage back to hot storage, even if it's just for a moment. Now, this all sounds like the perfect security solution, right? Well, here's the catch. By protecting yourself from online threats, you've just introduced a completely new set of challenges, physical ones. You've traded one kind of risk for another. And that's a huge deal. That piece of paper isn't a backup or a password reminder. It is your crypto. If you lose it, it's gone. For good. If someone physically steals it, they now own your funds. And of course, since it's just paper, it's super vulnerable to damage from fire, water, or even just the ink fading over time. To be honest, these physical risks are a big reason why many people have moved on to more durable things like hardware wallets. And this is exactly why secure storage is completely non-negotiable if you go this route. You have to treat this document with the same seriousness you would a bar of gold or the deed to your house. We're talking fireproof safes, safe deposit boxes, and you should probably even think about making multiple securely stored copies. So that leaves us with the central trade-off. By using a paper wallet, you have brilliantly sidestepped the entire world of hackers and digital threats. But in doing so, you've stepped into a new arena of physical risk. You've defeated the digital danger, but the final question is, can you defeat the physical one? And your answer to that is what will determine if this classic old-school security method is right for you.